Hi guys, welcome back to Beauty Fortified. It's been a while and I wanted to share with you my July favorites. So I've got some skincare and some makeup to take you through. These are things that I've really been loving, but I do have a couple of fails in here as well. I thought that it would only be fair to talk about the things that I haven't really enjoyed as well. So without further ado, let's get on with it. The first product that I have purchased is from Skin Functional. It's a new product. It's been out a couple of months. It's their vitamin C, but it's the one with something called Bright Odent Complex. Now this is something that they've patented. So it is the 12% ascorbic acid. It does have ferulic acid in it as well. Very, very similar to the original formula, except they have added the Bright Odent, which I think is some kind of antioxidant. But this is really beautiful. It absorbs beautifully on the skin. You can smell the ferulic acid in here. It does have a kind of burnt meat smell. That is a very distinguishing feature of ferulic acid. So if you don't like that smell, you're probably not going to enjoy this. But the smell does dissipate. It disappears immediately you put this on your skin. So it really doesn't linger. But just absolutely love this. I think that they've really hit the ball out of the park with this particular product. I use this in the morning. It's the first thing that I put on my skin after I've cleansed, and have just been really enjoying it. The next product is one that I have used of theirs before, and it is the 0.1% retinaldehyde, but they have repackaged it, so it now comes in a pump. Now retinaldehyde is a lot gentler on the skin than Retin-A, so I use it on my décolleté and my neck because I do have a very sensitive neck and décolleté, which doesn't really take too well to tretinoin or strong retinols. But I find that this really works a treat. You can obviously use this on your face as well. It really is beautiful. It absorbs beautifully. It doesn't irritate my skin at all. It comes out, it's a very kind of bright luminous color, but that just absorbs into your skin and disappears. So really have been loving that, and I love the fact that they've now put it into a pump format. So it's going to last you a little bit longer than it would in a dropper bottle, but really have been loving that. And now on to makeup. So there are a couple of things that I've tried this month. The first one is the MAC Studio Everywhere All Over Face Pen. Now I have done a review on this. I will put a link to my review down below. I've really been enjoying this specifically as a concealer under my eye area, and also just to conceal other spots on my face. It really is a good one. It does come with a little pen mechanism, so you just pump out a tiny amount. So really nice dispensing mechanism, and really have enjoyed this. It really is transfer proof, definitely under the eye area and anywhere else on the skin. And I've proved it by letting a little bit dry out on the back of my hand and then trying to get that off with soap and water. So it really does stay all day, and I have really been enjoying that. Another concealer that I have been dabbling with, and this is the Teint Idole Lancome All Over Concealer. Now I have got a review coming up where I compare this to the MAC All Over Face Pen, so look out for that if you want to see how they compare. I have been enjoying this. I think it's a really lovely concealer as well. I love the applicator. I love the doe foot applicator. It just makes it very easy to use, and you can also use this obviously to spot conceal all over your face. So really have been enjoying that one. And then onto a couple of blushes that I've picked up this month. So the first one is from Catrice. It is the Cheek Flirt Face Stick. They do come in a few colorways. So I picked this one up. It is a really bright one. I'm just trying to see if I can see what the shade is. It's called Techno Pink. So this really is your Barbie pink if you've been looking for a Barbie pink. But it really is such a fun color. So when you apply it, it obviously comes out very, very bright. But you can sheer this out, and once you have, it just becomes a very, very wearable pink. So it's lovely. It's an almost blue pink, but probably does have a little bit more warmth to it. So there you can see it's been shared out there. I love the portability of it, that it comes in a little stick, so you can just pop it in your bag for touch-ups. Love it on the apples of the cheeks, and really quite impressed with this. For a drugstore formula, really not bad at all. Another blush that I picked up is the Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Blush. And this one, can't remember what the shade of this one is, but I will link it down below. This one didn't impress me. It was just very kind of sticky, I found. I can't remember if it actually even dried down. This is the color, so it really is dark, but again, it's one of those that you can sheer out. And I loved it because it just has, it's a lovely kind of reddy brown color, which is beautiful for winter, but just didn't enjoy the texture of this. And if I remember correctly, I don't think it lasted very long on the cheeks either. So not really recommending this. I think if you have used these before, if you've used some of the other shades, let me know how they performed. Let me know what you think of them. But this really was affordable. I thought I might be surprised by the quality, but unfortunately I wasn't. And then another cheek cream blush that I've been reaching for is the Smashbox Halo Sheer to Stay Color Tint. And I do have the shade in Sunset. Now, you can no longer purchase Smashbox in South Africa. Unfortunately, it's one of the many brands that has pulled out of the country. But I managed to get my hands on this, and I've really, really been enjoying it. So it is the one that I have on my cheeks today. I just love the shade of this one. I love the way that it blends out. It does stay all day. It really has got quite a lot of lasting power. Let me know if you've used any of these in the other shades. So this is Sunset over there. So it is just, there's nothing really special about the color. It's your kind of burnt, nudie, orangey sunset color, but really impressed with the formula. So I have really been enjoying my Smashbox Sunset. And then a bronzer that I picked up. Now this is from MAC. It's one of their new bronzers. They've launched 15 different bronzers. They are in the permanent collection. So the range is divided into mattes and radiant bronzers, and there are two different colorways. You get a golden version and you get a rosy version. And within those two versions, you've got different colors for all different skin tones. So really is a beautiful curation of bronzers. I think that this has been something that's been missing from their range for the longest time, but these are really beautiful. So I picked up the light rosy radiant bronzer. Now the rosy ones, they're not at all rosy by our definition, but I think it means that they're just more neutral. So the more golden ones tend to lend gold. The rosy ones are a more kind of neutral. And this one is just beautiful. The finish is really, really sheer. Even though this one is the radiant, it just leaves a gleam on your skin. It doesn't, there's no glitter. There's nothing that is going to shine or sparkle. I'm not sure if you can see that where I've just swatched it on the back of my hand, but it really is very, very finely milled, and the radiant ones just give a very sheer kind of gleam to the skin. Now I do have it on my face today. I've got a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. I've got a little bit around the perimeter. I just love this. Oh, in fact, I've even got it in my eyes, in the crease, and on the very upper lid, not the mobile lid. But just beautiful. They just blend really beautifully. So if you haven't had a look at these, I would honestly suggest that you go and swatch them. But really, really such a beautiful product. So I've been very impressed with my bronzer from MAC, and I might even pick up one of the matte ones as well, because they are just so finely milled, and the colorways are really skin-like. There's nothing obnoxiously too red or obnoxiously too orange. Just a beautiful, beautiful curation. And then another product that I picked up from MAC. This is a lipstick. It's the one that I have on today. It is in the shade Twig. Now Twig is just a classic. It's a nudie pink, they would describe it as. This one is a satin finish. Just going to swatch a little bit for you on the back of my hand. There we go over there. So this one was a repurchase. I have had one which was getting a little bit old and a little bit long in the tooth, so I decided to replace it. And it's just one of those lipsticks that goes with absolutely everything. So just absolutely love it. Really, really versatile. It's comfortable on the lips, and can't say enough good things about it. And that is Twig. And then finally, I have something which really underwhelmed me, and I was quite surprised and quite devastated, and that is a beauty blender. So I was a beauty blender virgin. I had never purchased the actual branded thing. They're very expensive here in South Africa. And so I decided to get my hands on one of these. I thought, it's time. It's really time that I found out what all the fuss was all about. And I have to say, I have been a little bit underwhelmed with this guy. So let me know if you swear by the beauty blender. Let me know if you are a really big fan of it. Let me know if you could leave it or take it. I'd love to hear from you. So I just found that this did absorb quite a bit of product. I found it didn't do anything miraculous to smooth out my pores or my complexion. And I just found it a little bit of hard work to actually apply foundation. And by hard work, I mean just to get like a really, really even coverage. So I don't know. I have been using my faithful Eco Tool sponge, which just absolutely love. I've bought many of these in the past. I really love the texture of this. It's got a little bit more kind of grit to it, I think, than the beauty blender has. And just somehow this just makes the putting down of foundation a whole lot easier and better. So let me know what you think, guys. Let me know. I'd love to know your views on beauty blenders. And so those are my July favorites. Let me know what you've purchased in July, what you've been loving. Please leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.